Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cyrus Fiene Team channel. I'm Cyrus and today we are in Redmond, Washington and Rose Hill, perfectly positioned between downtown Redmond and downtown Kirkland. We are at our latest listing. This home is a really generous size at 3,300 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, and on just over 1/5 of an acre. So it's a really spacious property with a 3-car garage that has storage for literally everything. Originally built in 1994, this home has had extensive upgrades throughout the years, and these owners over the last 5 years have really put in the time and effort to make it something special. Now let's get inside and check it out. So as we come off the front door, we're greeted by these towering vaulted ceilings that just make this space feel even larger. And of course, we have this beautiful window overlooking the front yard that just floods this entry space and living room with natural light. So past the living room, we find ourselves in the dining room and the dining space. This space in the home is so special. It's one of my favorite in this house. You have this beautiful corner window space where you're overlooking the backyard and looking at these gorgeous trees, and it's just such an inviting room to really host and have guests over. So following the circular layout after the dining room, we find ourselves in the kitchen, and this kitchen has obviously been upgraded since 1994. You have this large island and you have this countertop that just goes and goes and goes. Countertop space in this kitchen is an absolute non-issue. Now before we head out that door and check out the outdoor deck, I do want to talk about the great room here on my left. It's such an inviting space. You have that corner window and gas fireplace to really cozy up in the winter. And again, having these new hickory hardwood floors just really adds that touch of luxury on this main floor. This deck is so special. These owners really made it their own little sanctuary. You probably noticed behind my right shoulder, there are 2 heaters out here, which will keep you nice and warm, even on those kind of cool spring days, just like today, or of course in the fall and winter. And then we also have a gas hookup for the grill, so you don't have to be lugging propane in and out. You can hook up directly to your gas grill and not ever have to worry about that again. Of course, the added skylights really just give the space an even lighter and airier feel, especially in the evenings. Another feature about this deck that I really appreciate, and I know the owners did as well, is the fact that there's so much tree cover around the deck. Now it's not on top of the deck, causing you a lot of mess and cleanup in the fall, but it's around the deck, which just adds that extra layer of privacy. So coming down the hall from the kitchen and the great room, we're gonna pass the coat closet as well as the door to the basement. And just to my right, you're gonna find the half bath here on the main floor, as well as the laundry. Now being built in 1994, air conditioning and central air conditioning was not really a thing in the Seattle metropolitan area. Since then, homes of this size have definitely benefited from having AC. So this home does have central air conditioning, and it also has mini splits and ductless heat pump system. So you have zonal heating and cooling downstairs and upstairs. And if you want to really just go all in, you can cool down the entire house with the central AC. So coming up the steps, we find ourselves upstairs with absolutely no wasted space. As soon as you get up the stairs, you see the doors to all the bedrooms up here. There are 4 bedrooms here on the upper floor. That 5th bedroom and other full bath is downstairs in the basement, but we'll see that in just a second. Having 4 bedrooms on the top floor really gives flexibility. Obviously really nice for families who have kids. And then of course, giving that flexibility for having an office space. And these owners turn one of these bedrooms into their private office. Again, just abundant with natural light up here. So upstairs has been remodeled as well. You have new paint and modern baseboards that really bring this home into the 2020s. And of course, being at 3,300 square feet, each bedroom is a generous size. You could easily fit a queen size bed in each bedroom. And of course, in the primary suite, you could get a king size bed with plenty of room to spare. You could have an office space, you could have a dresser, you could have an additional TV console. You really have space for anything here in this primary suite. Now I'm standing here in the primary suite, and you're gonna notice that mini split behind me. And again, you might say, well, Cyrus, why do we need a mini split when we have central heating and cooling? And these owners really wanted to be as energy efficient as possible, and they didn't want to heat up or cool down the 3,300 square feet that this home is when they were just in the upstairs, right? So by having this zonal system, they were able to save a lot of money by just being able to heat up the spaces that they were actually using. Now let's head downstairs and check out the basement. So this basement is all about storage. You're gonna find so many different storage spaces in this basement. And of course you have a 3-car garage, but it's just nice to have some interior storage as well. Now behind me, you have a room that is absolutely perfect for a wine storage. It is perpetually cool year round. So if you're big into wine, this is gonna be where it's at. Now passing the various storage spaces down here, you're gonna find yourself in this grand room here in this basement. You have room for a pool table, a huge TV setup, a large couch. It's a great entertainment space that flows right into the backyard. Of course, you have a 5th bedroom down here and another full bath. So it really gives you that ultimate flexibility that maybe if you have guests from out of town that are gonna be staying a month, it's really nice that they can have their entire own space down here. And of course, we find ourselves with another mini split so you could control the heating just for this basement as well. Now this backyard is so special. It's such a serene space back here. Again, surrounded by the trees. You don't even realize that you're 10 minutes to downtown Kirkland, 10 minutes to Redmond. And of course, having a space for a fire pit is always a plus. Now this backyard is really low maintenance, but there is a large shed as well. So if you're really into gardening, you have space for all of your tools all year round. Thanks for joining me on this tour of this incredible Redmond home. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want to see this home in person, just click on the link in the description below and we're happy to show it to you. See you in the next one.